Blessed love, I am Michel Conci, also known by my composer name Bongo Michel. I'm a percussionist or percussion player based in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. Been playing for over 10 years, 12 years maybe. Percussion now, jamming, playing with many different people, having some formal lessons, having had some formal lessons also from 2014 already and around those years. So active quite some times now in the percussion world in Amsterdam. I'm going to many jam sessions, also played my percussion with many people. And this is, over time I created my own pattern which I called El Burro, the donkey. Named after the animal of course, but that's because it was in response to one of the patterns. I learned several patterns. I learned from Afro-Cuban culture, very important, the conga. And the conga this shape, it comes from Afro-Cuban culture of course. And I learned some patterns like the tumbao and the well-known, and the wawanko, the rumba, and I learned those and some other, but also the el caballo, a caballo, actually, unhorse or the horse rhythm in Spanish. Caballo is horse in Spanish, which is known in Afro-Cuban culture, which is named the horse El Caballo because it imitates the sound of a horse, and it's used in some genres in Cuban music. It's also adaptable to other genres, of course. If it is swing bass or other music genres, you can adapt it a little bit. So it's adaptable to other genres easy. That's also the tumbao. Tumbao, known from salsa, also very well known conga pattern, which is also adaptable to other genres. We know it from salsa mostly. But El Caballo, which I learned, and in response to that I came with the Burro, kind of a joke, which is Spanish for donkey. Because they have the Caballo pattern, the horse pattern, so I then did the donkey pattern, partly as a response to the Caballo pattern. And the donkey is another animal, but it's also found in the Caribbean, of course. Originally African, but it's also from the horse family, but it walks a bit different because I studied it a little bit, and burros or donkeys walk they cross their legs when they walk because they're very flexible to go to small corridors and rugged terrain. They're more suitable even than horses to walk through southern terrain and small areas. They can fit through many. They're very flexible, so they walk differently from horses. But the a caballo pattern from Cuban culture imitates the sound of a horse, which the colonialists brought, of course, to the Americas. But the horse is well known. The galloping of a horse is copied by the a caballo pattern, so I'm gonna do that first, how I learned it, the Afro-Cuban a caballo or caballo pattern, known in Latin music and Cuban music, especially from Afro-Cuban culture, and it goes like this, imitating the sound how a horse walks, trots, as you can hear. It goes like this, the caballo pattern first. It has some softer notes, of ghost notes, as they're called, ghost notes. You almost don't hear, you can play it a bit louder, but soft notes in between the main beats, like the slap, the two slaps, even two on a higher macho drum, is called, the male drum. So start. It's a soft note that you almost don't hear. Then sudden louder on the higher one, then again a slap, and then you go back to the lower one. So there's two slaps on the high macho drum and a few open ones on the lower hembra. This is called the female, the hembra drum. This is because it imitates the sound of horse. So. Imagine a horse walking, a horse trotting. And more or less with the open on the low one, on the hembra. So and it fits with different genres, not only Cuban music, but it can fit with other genres I tried out. A straight rhythm or swing based. And another one I invented in response was the El Burro, this is my invention from Michel Conci. The El Burro pattern, the donkey pattern. The donkeys walk different, like I said. They're more adapted to rugged and drier terrain. When they walk to smaller places, they can fit more easily. They're used often for work also because they're very flexible, but they walk crossing their legs more or less, so that they have different, and when you listen to it, it has a different sound, a different trot, different galloping. If when they go slow, when they go faster, but they're very resilient also. They can walk for a long time, no distances and so. But they walk differently from horses. That's shown. It's shown in nature also when you see them walking for real. When I'm gonna do it, the burro pattern is more the emphasis, because a different animal also is more from enduring and less from superficial strength. It's more endurance and resilience. That's the donkeys. Those are the donkey's characteristics. And the emphasis more on the lower drum, the embra, more than on the, like I just showed, on the caballo pattern. So it's more emphasis more on the lower embra drum, the open tones. And it has only one slap on the higher one. But the first I'm gonna do it, imagine how a donkey walks. It's a different walking than I don't know if many people know how donkeys walk, but in many parts of the world they use donkeys, of course. You have donkeys. Not so much in wealthier, in South Europe a little bit more than in Northern Europe, but here you don't have much monkeys in the modern industrialized West. You don't have too many donkeys anymore, only in model farms maybe. But in South Europe a bit more still, but even there they're endangered in some parts. But in developing countries, in Africa and Asia, and even in the Americas also, you have quite a lot of donkeys used by especially poorer people, where horses are more elite animals a little bit. So it's also with the people, so it's kind of a solidarity with the people I show by having a burro donkey pattern also. But imagine how a donkey walks, trots, or gallops. And I'm gonna do the pattern which I created on the basis of that, on studying how a donkey walks. It goes like this. It's different from the caballo pattern I did before. Notice the emphasis is more on the lower drum. It ends with the bass on that lower drum. Then it starts again with 3 soft notes. Like the ghost notes you have with the caballo pattern. It's also like ghost notes or softer notes, triplet, all in 3. And it goes in between the main beats. The triplets fits the whole glues, so to speak, the whole burro pattern together. It starts with the 3 also. And then slap. The only one slap is on the higher macho drum, and the rest, the emphasis is more with my burro pattern on the lower drum. And it ends with the bass on the lower drum, 2 open. That's what you play on the embra drum. Open, open, bass, and then you start again. And here you play only the slap, and then you go to the lower drum. And in between all that, you have the triplets, the 3 soft notes or ghost notes. You can also play them. In the beginning, it's a bit difficult because you go to the slap, but you can also play toe heel, like it's done also in the conga playing often. Toe heel. You can have those 3 also playing a toe heel, or you can play like this. But to start with is mostly better for because you have to go to the slap. And then after that you can play with toe heel, but you also have those 3 softer notes in between anyway, the main beats, which with the emphasis more on the lower embra drum when compared to the caballo. So once again more the burro pattern, el burro pattern I invented, the donkey pattern. Open and bass are on the lower embra drum. It's called the embra drum. And the higher drum, the macho drum, either on my left, it's only the slap. 1 slap, and that's the difference with the caballo. It's 2 slaps. Now I'm gonna do the caballo again to compare. Imagine a horse walking, horse trotting. Yeah. And it also has those kind of a sudden open tones on the higher drum, which the burro does not have because the donkey walks different from the horse. So this is the caballo. This is the burro. Caballo again. swing, and when you adapt it, you can adapt it to all kind of genres, or reggae, funk, rock, also jazz or blues, and then you have the swing-based genres also with more shuffle. You can adapt the burro a little bit. You can play more swing shuffle like this. But it's adaptable to different genres as well. So that's the El Burro pattern. I'm gonna do it once more since I created it. I'll play heel toe, like I said. Yeah, this was the El Burro pattern I, Michel Conci, invented. Thanks for your attention.